Welcome to part 3 of the introduction video series of the Coach Edu Tour de France competition that will be running from Saturday the 2nd of June onwards. And I'm bringing these videos to you a good week in advance to help you manage your league team so that it will be able to give you the best chance of picking up one of the awesome prizes on offer at the end of the Tour de France. Now, we've already covered the process of being able to join up into the Coach Edu League, and once you've done that, obviously your main page will be looking something like this. Obviously your name will be up here and your own personal icon will be up there as well. But let's just go into the rules and how to play the game and just run through a couple of the important factors here. Number one is on the main front page you need to select your team. Your team will consist of 10 riders and 2 teams. The riders do not need to be all of the same team, so you don't need to select all of Team Sky or all of Team Movistar, etc., etc. Actually, you've got a severe limitation. You can only have a maximum of 2 selections for one team. For instance, you can select Chris Froome and Team Sky, or you can select Chris Froome and Geraint Thomas for your 2 selections, but you can't select Chris Froome, Geraint Thomas and Team Sky, if that makes sense. Then before you can save your team at the beginning of the first round, you need to have your full 10 riders selected and your 2 teams selected. Personally, my suggestion here would be do not make your selection within the program until at least Friday afternoon, for the simple reason that if one of your riders that you selected falls ill and doesn't start Saturday morning, you won't be able to score any points for that rider, because even if the team replaces that rider, you won't get the replaced rider in your selection team. Then the important factor as far as scoring points are concerned, at the end of each stage there are points awarded for the top 30 riders finishing on a day stage. So the winner of a day stage will score you 50 points, second place 45, third place 40, fourth place 35, fifth place 30, etc., etc. Then at the end of each day stage you can score some bonus points as well. If one of your riders you've got selected in your team captures a jersey, not retains a jersey but captures a jersey, then you get additional bonus points. So if your rider is capturing the yellow jersey, so for instance you've selected Marcel Kittel for the opening sprint stage and he wins the opening stage and he captures the yellow jersey, you get the 15 bonus points for that. If for instance you've got Peter Sagan on your team and he wins the steep uphill finish on stage 2, and in that process he takes the yellow jersey away from Marcel Kittel and captures it for himself, you'll get another 15 bonus points there for stage 2, if you follow what I mean. And the same thing applies, 10 bonus points for capturing a green jersey, 10 bonus points for capturing a white jersey, and 10 bonus points for capturing the polka dot jersey. If one of your riders is awarded the prize for the most combative rider of the day, you pick up 20 bonus points as well. Then as far as the team competition is concerned, the top 3 riders of each team crossing the finish line are combined, and if your 2 teams are in amongst the top 10 teams, which no doubt they will be, you'll be able to pick up some team stage points as well on each stage. Then when it gets to right at the end, the final grouping of selections that you've got for the final run into Paris. If on your team you've got the yellow jersey, the green jersey, the white jersey and the polka dot jersey, you'll pick up 15 bonus points in Paris because you've got those riders in your team. Now very importantly, during the course of the competition you've got 30 team exchanges you can make. You've selected your 10 riders and your 2 teams. Now during the competition itself, even though the Tour de France is 21 stages, stages have been grouped together into 8 different groupings, 8 different rounds so to speak. and you can make changes to your team between round 1, between each of the different rounds. So if you've got 30 total exchanges you can make, you've got roughly between 4 and 5 exchanges you can make in any one round without using up all of your exchanges too soon. But it's very important to look at the type of stages that are coming up and make your changes to your team to be able to make your transfers to be able to best cope with the type of terrain that's coming up. So say for instance you've got a sprinter stage on stage 1, you've got a 3rd degree climb, uphill climb for your punchy climbers, your classics riders for stage 2, and then you've got mostly sprinter stages running from stages 3 through until 6, and then your first major mountain stage with a GC shake-up is due to be arriving on stage 7. So you plan your teams round by round according to the type of terrain to be able to score you the maximum points possible. That's basically the gist of how the rules and regulations work. And if you scroll back up to the top, and you'll be able to see where you have a look at rounds, and here you get the different type of rounds. So say for instance round 1 is the opening sprinter stage plus the hilly stage, round 2 is both sprinter stages, round 3 is a little bit hilly for stage 5 and a sprinter stage for stage 6, and then from round 4 you've got 3 stages in a row which are high mountain stages, which is where your GC riders will be coming out to play. So plan your teams accordingly.
Whoa! Oh.
Coach Edu.